None of these face masks say that they're going to make my skin as nice as Mitch Marner's. I want a silky smooth baby's bum face.
This one will stick with him forever.
Kicking it off last night, the first game, the Toronto Maple Leafs headed to the TD Garden to take on the Boston Bruins. And despite being outshot 38-33, they were able to come up with the win 4-1, and Beantown was not happy. So in net for the Maple Leafs, they have Frederik Andersen, and in net for the Bruins, we've got Tuukka Rask. Going into the first intermission, the game was tied. The scoring was kicked off by Boston Bruin Patrice Bergeron, but the Maple Leafs quickly were able to strike back with a goal from Mitch Marner. Second period begins, and the tie was broken after Jake DeBrusk basically mowed down Mitch Marner, hooking from behind, and he was given a penalty shot. The moves by Marner to score spot on. It was perfect hockey. The guy cannot grow a beard, but he knows how to score penalty shots. The Maple Leafs are now up 2-1, and they would get one more off of William Nylander before getting to the second intermission. Going into the third period, the mood at TD Garden had definitely changed, and it was going to change a little bit more because John Tavares managed to score an empty net goal, extending the lead 4-1, and the Maple Leafs came out on top. They will be back on Saturday at 8 o'clock in Boston for the second time, and kind of seems like people are tired of seeing duck boats, so hopefully they will be able to win again tomorrow, extending their series lead 2-0. The second game of last night, the reigning Stanley Cup champions, led by reigning party animal of the year Alexander Ovechkin, and the Washington Capitals took on the Carolina Hurricanes. They managed to come out on top 4-2 despite being outshot 29-18. 18 shots on goal total for the Caps, which seems very low, but if the shots are going in, it doesn't really matter. And Carolina basically blew it for themselves because of penalties. During the first period, Nicholas Backstrom scored his first goal, and then he scored a second one back-to-back. The second goal was a power play goal. The third goal of the first period was another power play goal. The Washington Capitals are very good at taking advantage of the power play, and they showed that yesterday. The second period, the Capitals are up 3-0, and no goals are scored. Going into the third, it almost for a second, I was like, are we going to see a Tampa Bay Lightning, Carolina Blue Jackets comeback again? Andrei Svechnikov comes back and scores 2 in a row during the third period. But that was not the case. Capitals managed to get one more goal, an empty net goal scored by Lars Eller. The Carolina Hurricanes will have a chance to bring a little bit more of a storm Saturday at 3 o'clock when they are back in D.C. for Game 2 of the series against the Capitals. Now, the final game of yesterday was the only shutout that we have seen so far, and it is thanks very much in part to the goalie. The Colorado Avalanche were shut out 4-0 yesterday when they took on the Calgary Flames in Calgary. In net for Calgary, Mike Smith was a huge part of that shutout. The first period went off no goals, and starting off the second period, still tied 0-0, the Avalanche were on a power play. During the Colorado power play, Mike Smith put up 2 back-to-back insane glove saves within 30 seconds of one another. Once the power play was over and they were back at even strength, the Flames began to strike with 2 goals scored, one by Mangiapane, the second by Matt Tkachuk. The Flames are up 2-0 at the start of the third period. Backlund managed to score the third for Calgary, and in his second goal of the night, Matt Tkachuk brings it to 4. The Colorado Avalanche still have one little reason to be happy despite being embarrassed by the Flames, their draft prospect, Cale Makar. Makar is a defenseman from the University of Massachusetts who has led his team to the NCAA Men's Ice Hockey Championships. The game will be played tomorrow, Saturday, and they will be taking on Minnesota Duluth. Not only has he led his team this far, Cale was also the recipient of the Hobie Parker Award tonight. So they have one little thing to hold on to, even if it's down the road. But as a Rangers fan, if I know anything about holding on to any little shred of hope, it's, well, down the road. That wraps it up for all first game action in the opening series of the 2019 Stanley Cup Playoffs. The action continues tonight. 2 games are already completed. We've got the New York Islanders defeating the Pens 3-1, bringing the series 2-0 on side of the Islanders. And as far as Lightning striking twice, that won't work tonight because the Lightning managed to get blown out again by the Columbus Blue Jackets. The final score 5-1. I have no idea how that is happening. There are still 2 games to be played tonight. We've got the Winnipeg Jets looking to tie the series as they take on the St. Louis Blues for the second time tonight in Winnipeg. And we have the San Jose Sharks taking on the Golden Knights for the second time at the Shark Tank in San Jose. That has the possibility of becoming just an extension of WrestleMania, which just took place based off of what we saw the first time the teams matched up. I will be putting up videos for the end of every single series as each team gets eliminated and we get closer and closer to hoisting that cup. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, please hit subscribe. If you have not, you can always throw a comment down in the comment section below of anything that you want to see, anything that you want me to change, anything that's not working. I know the audio hadn't been great before, but somebody made a comment about it, and I fixed it. I will see you guys for the next video when we talk about who was the first one to be eliminated from Stanley Cup playoffs and who's going back to play golf. In the meantime, because I love the Rangers, and I still want that first round draft pick, let's go Dallas Stars!